No, Bobby, this is why you don't smoke weed.
So they give it the edible.
Okay, so now we're live. Sorry, I forgot to actually hit the button to go live streaming. We don't have an intro song tonight because I don't have any of that stuff. We're on the road, so we're on the road. This is the road song. Yeah. We are on the road. Yeah, everybody knows the road song with the fantasy league. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Talking
The road
about
song.
football.
The road song.
The fantasy football.
Hello and welcome to the Always Sunday Fantasy League, Always Sunday Fantasy League show.
On the road.
We're on the road. We just had a long, exciting draft. We're gonna break it all down. I'm Dave. I'm joined as I am every week by Anthony. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Nice. We'll get into the nuts and bolts of how everybody feels. Obviously, we all have a lot of things to say. Johnny, how are you?
Doing
Welcome.
Florida,
All the way from
man.
Florida.
Yeah.
Clap it up for Johnny. Welcome.
Making the trip.
Thank you for coming. Flew in special for the show. How you feeling, man?
Oh, I'm feeling good. Feeling good. It was
Awesome.
a great draft. It was a good atmosphere.
Awesome. Danny, thanks for showing up.
Yeah, feeling good.
Very
On
good.
drafts, I loved how fast it was.
Yeah, it was nice and
Yeah,
smooth.
good job.
We can get it right into the after show, which is going to be very exciting. And we're also very excited to have Bobby J with us. Hello, Bobby. How you doing?
I'm good, man.
Thank you for joining us.
Beer
for having
muscles
me.
for those of you who don't know.
Yes, beer muscles, beer muscles.
Muscles of beer.
So we're going to obviously talk about the 2024 Always Sunday Fantasy League Draft. We just finished. Lots of highs, lows, excitement, unexpected picks. This draft
Sorry.
had it all. We were able to hang out with a couple guys who aren't here right now. Eddie and Jay were here, so we had a good amount of people from the league. Will signed in on the Google Meet, so we had a nice contingent.
It was eight people with us in a sense, including the screen.
Yeah, 8 of us present.
Yes.
Absolutely. And Anthony has done a nice job as a host, so
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anthony,
Thank you.
for
Thank you.
Good job.
You know,
We're proud of you.
having us. This has been a blast.
Proud of you.
All right, let's get into it. Do we start?
Oh, jeez.
Do we start like we could start and try to just go through the draft round by round? Well, let me ask this. We'll go around the room and we'll just ask this. What's your biggest impression, biggest takeaway, the biggest thing that this draft, was this? This is the theme or like I said, your biggest takeaway, something that made your biggest impression on you during this draft. What's that thing for you, Danny?
I guess I really didn't think of it. Oh, wow. So much during, but so much at the end when I was like just staring at the board, like looking. It seems like it's pretty spread out in terms of. Doesn't look like there's one or two teams that are completely getting smashed.
I got you.
It looks like one or two teams could get smashed, but it's not. It's very even. I think so far.
Right on.
Just looking, but nothing really outside of obviously a couple picks.
Equal distribution of talent.
Yeah,
Right
or
on.
maybe more equal in the past, or maybe it has been. I just haven't noticed it.
John?
Luis with the 4 tight end.
3 tight ends.
Three.
Tight ends.
Three tight
It's
ends.
gonna be 4 after you trade him.
Yeah. 3 tight ends. Like, what is he doing? I don't like.
Bobby J. What's the thing that made the biggest impression on you?
I agree. I mean, you look at his team and it's like, whew. I mean,
At least the tight ends are healthy.
he's only got 4 running backs and 4 wide receivers.
5 running backs, yeah.
Well,
No, 4.
Elijah Mitchell doesn't count.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's got 3 tight ends on his roster. Like,
Yeah, that's unorthodox.
he started
to say
out
the
really
least.
well. His first 3 picks were really good. He actually sniped me on Deebo Samuel. But, I mean, and then it just went.
Anthony, what's the thing that made the biggest impression on you?
I'm not picking out people individual in this statement. Just the fact of how deep the quarterbacks fell,
Right.
and then 5 teams having 2 quarterbacks. That was kind of that's kind of a lot, I think.
I was gonna mention something about the quarterbacks too. That was the thing that sort of made the impression on me because I didn't, first of all, I didn't expect Chase, but but I also certainly didn't expect Josh Allen to be sitting there for me in the 5th round. In most of the mock drafts that I had done, it was not like that at all.
He doesn't leave the 4th.
Fourth,
Yeah,
third.
third.
The third.
Right. That's, I mean,
like
I'm pushing it to give you like a clue.
right. No, it's crazy. It was crazy the way that they
And
fell,
it's the mid of the
which is fine because I think as it was happening, Jay was making a comment about it, and we were all just sort of like, wow, But I was thinking about it, and I think it shows that this league is a really competitive league, and people understand the value of like stacking their running back and receiver positions at this point. Like that they're willing to they're willing to accept the relative flatness of the quarterback position as it pertains to like which one you get.
I think
When they go, they go. I mean, look,
yeah.
there were 7 in like a 2-round span.
Right. Also, on a,
So when they go, they go, and then when they
Right.
start going, you kind of fall in line and draft one, and you move along.
well, on a side note to the quarterback, there's a quarter of the league were kept quarterback.
That's true.
So when it comes to other people needing them, a quarter of them didn't, in a sense, if you didn't draft.
There
two.
wasn't as many in need. Yeah, that's a good factor as well. But yeah, it was all very interesting. So, Danny, what was your favorite pick that you made? Not necessarily the best pick or like the highest pick or whatever, but the pick that you were like, man, I'm happy I got this guy, or I really feel like I got a good value here. If anybody has an answer, you could just jump right in instead.
I
rather
didn't.
than putting somebody on the spot.
I don't. I mean, it's an early one to choose from, but I really. It was tough for AJ Brown to be able to fall to me, and I'm super happy that I got AJ Brown right there.
Fair, yeah. It's likewise, I was surprised that Chase was the one who fell to me, so it was an easy pick for me as well.
Maybe Devontae and Hollywood.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Mine would
So-
be
okay.
Pittman. Mine would be Pittman.
Yeah, he's the guy who's your favorite pick.
Yep. I got the stack.
Yeah, it's true. Bobby, what about you?
I liked taking Andrews and then all of a sudden Jackson being there at the turn. I didn't think Lamar Jackson would be there at all. And it was just really, really hard to pass up.
Yeah, even though you had Purdy, I was like, I was
Yeah,
looking at it, I
I
was
was
wondering, is he
surprised.
going to do it? Is he going to
Yeah.
do it? It was a little bit of a surprise for you to pick a quarterback at that high of a pick.
Yeah.
But it's Lamar.
But it's Lamar, exactly. It's the Lamar Andrews stack. It makes a lot of sense.
And I was worried about Anthony sniping me on Goff. So I figured if I can get a stack right away without reaching for it,
What are you
Yeah.
then
gonna
I'll
do
pull
with
the
Purdy?
trigger. Purdy
Yeah.
can stay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with 2 quarterbacks. I mean,
Hey, if you like Lamar there and you have Andrews, that's Lamar, and then that started the running backs, and then the.
I think my favorite pick was probably Neighbors, just because I think in the 3rd round he should be a pretty decent value. It's obviously the Giants' offense scares me.
Yes,
But
that's
as your
why you
wide
got him in the
receiver,
3rd round.
but as your
Second.
wide receiver
I like
3.
DK this year.
Yeah, as my wide receiver 3, it's fine. It's fine. What do you think was the worst pick in the draft and why?
Luis,
I think it's Pitts.
Which?
take your pick.
You tell me.
It's
You gotta pick. You can only pick one. You have to pick Mitchell.
Yeah.
Okay, so the fact that he picked a guy with the last pick in the draft who is literally irrelevant because he suffered a season-ending injury.
I mean, it could be
Earlier
a career
today.
ending. It could be.
Well, yeah,
But we don't know
it's
that.
not-
We know it is
it's not
season
which
ending.
that
At least
guy-
for this year.
Yeah, he's done for the year already, and Luis drafted him with the final pick in the draft.
Yeah, Pitts for me.
Pitts for you because he has Kincaid.
And it's
Yeah.
at the 4th
Hey,
round
Can I
with,
say something?
with the 4-1.
So what's go
10
ahead.
years ago, if you were to go 0 running back approach,
Yeah.
people would have called you crazy.
yeah.
That's true.
Damn right.
That's true. So what's the worst pick then? Was Kyle Pitts the worst pick, or was Dallas Goedert the worst pick?
Dallas
Which is the
Goedert.
worst
No,
pick in
it's-
that
to me,
situation?
Dallas Goedert.
Dallas Goedert.
Goddard.
You already had
I
two.
guess.
The third.
You already
I
had
guess
two
because
tight ends.
they're both
No,
horrible.
actually, Pitts.
It's Pitts because in the 4th
It's
round.
Pitts because you kept a tight end and took one in the 4th
You kept a tight end that would go in that area.
Yeah.
And then you
He
drafted
would
one that
go
went
ahead of
Anyway,
Pitts.
yeah.
He would go ahead of Pitts.
Right, so it's basically like you went 3-4.
Let me pick my backup tight end in the 4th round.
Yeah, it's crazy.
As far as value, like Goddard to me is like if there was a point value, it's 1 point under Pitts because it's so stupid to do so, wasting that pick. But the value of the 4,
Yeah, I guess where he got it, got Goddard, it didn't hurt him as much.
Right, yeah.
I get you. That makes sense. Okay, that's fair. Yeah. Other than that, I don't think there was. I mean, Jay was saying how it was a crazy draft. I don't know if it was necessarily crazy per se, or maybe it was just unexpected to what he expected it to be. I don't know.
I guess it was the quarterback drop was.
The
Quarterback
was
drop
a little
was crazy.
unexpected.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of cool. Everybody wanted to stock up on running backs and receivers. Everybody understood, like, look, this
3 wide
league
receiver,
is
2
no
flex.
joke, right? This league is no joke. I really gotta make this happen. Yeah, I think that's pretty interesting.
So you want to go down each team?
We'll talk about each team, break it down.
Yeah, where everybody's.
All right. So we'll start with everybody's favorite. We'll start obviously with the first team. Team 1 happens to be Luis this year. Just happens to be.
Yeah, possibly next year.
So here we go. Tyreek Hill, Deebo Samuel, DeAndre Hopkins, Brandon Cooks, Mike Williams. Those are his receivers.
5 receivers.
Hill, Samuel, Hopkins, Cooks, Williams.
5 receivers.
5 receivers. 2 of them are in the elite category, in my opinion, or close
Yeah.
to. You know, Deebo Samuel deserves to be talked about among the top, say, 12 receivers in the league. So he could conceivably have 2 wide receiver ones, which I think is very nice. Hopkins, we have a divided room right now. We have pro Hopkins. We have your mid. I'm talking about John. John's pro Hopkins.
Yeah, John
And
Ann
Bobby
pro.
is anti Hopkins. Are you?
Anti-
Where do you stand? 'Cause I know you're pro Titans and Ridley, but where do you stand on
Hopkins,
Hopkins?
I think he's an elite player. The injury concern is, like I said, I wouldn't mind Hopkins as my 5th receiver.
Okay.
Maybe even 4 if I have depth to start while he's out. But to be my wide receiver 3 and he's not going to play for the first few
No, he
weeks.
looks like he's probably going to be ready for this.
Yeah.
Okay.
If he misses anything, it'd be 1 week probably.
All right, but still, your guy's still coming in. Your wide receiver 3.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it starts off with 2 great receivers, and then it really truly drops off.
Great
after
name,
that.
phenomenal player, and then after that, it's dead.
What do you mean, great name, phenomenal player?
Hopkins.
Oh.
And then after that, oh my God. And then Mike Williams, if he stays healthy for like 80% of the year, it's a good pick.
I agree. Yeah, I got him as a stopgap player in Dynasty. And
Oh,
turns
but
out
for the
I'm gonna have to
second,
play him.
second to last round pick.
Yeah, where he got him.
Where he got him.
Fantastic. Fantastic play.
But yeah, outside of that, it's rough.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. I almost
Yeah,
moved on.
treat tight ends, man.
Josh Jacobs, DeAndre Swift, Tony Pollard, Zach Charbonnet,
And that's
Eli
it.
Mitchell.
And then-
See, yeah, Eli Mitchell has already, like we said, he's out for the season.
He's dead.
I think RBs are pretty good.
Luis didn't get the news. Yeah, Jacobs, Swift, Pollard. That's fine.
That's decent.
You know, I'm curious to see how Jacobs is in the Packers offense and whether they use a committee like they've always done. We'll see how that goes.
Maybe he just got smaller with no
Well,
Dillon.
AJ Dillon isn't
That's
there.
true too.
He's done.
Yeah, they got the rookie that they drafted.
So
high.
Lloyd just
Lloyd.
became probably a
Yeah.
better, play.
So that's not bad. Not bad. So he's got 2 good receivers. He's got 2 to 2.5 good running backs. You know, Pollard is respectable. Zach Charbonnet has tremendous upside, of course. If my guy goes down, Ken Walker, then you know Zach Charbonnet is the dude. Yeah, not atrocious.
Treat tight ends.
Pretty decent.
Yeah.
Pretty decent.
You didn't mention
Cleveland Browns defense.
Oh, yeah, we got to
Pretty decent. And finally, the tight end position.
He's set.
His keeper, he said, his keeper is Dalton Kincaid, and he drafted in the 4th round Kyle Pitts, and he
Who's his
drafted,
Flex.
and he drafted in the 9th round Dallas Goedert for a total of 3 tight ends for our Manny Luis.
Wow.
He can start them all.
He can start them all.
Yeah, he can.
But now he still needs the fourth up.
In week 1, he might have to.
But
Well, in week 2 and 3 and 4.
You guys can keep talking.
Yeah.
If Hopkins is out week 1, it's Hill, Samuel, and Cooks, and
yeah, it's not a bad team.
wide receiver 3 is Cooks.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not
all
bad.
right, John.
I don't like that.
I know. I'm talking about Hopkins.
You
I
might
said if
be
Hopkins
able
is
to
out
live with
week
this
1.
team in, like,
Out week 1.
If Hopkins is out week
Oh,
1,
yeah,
I'm not doing Cooks.
he's potentially going to start all 3 tight ends week 1.
Yeah. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
he's
Definitely
100%
possible.
gonna-
Yeah, definitely possible.
I can't wait to see that.
And week 2 and 3
And yet,
4.
wait, and you play him week 1, right? Fuck off.
I
I
never
just
looked
don't
at
have the
that.
tight ends to match up with him now.
Oh, you'll never going to beat his tight ends.
Johnny Ortiz in from out of town. We love seeing you. You got Christian McCaffrey, your boy Ramondre Stevenson, Zamir White, J.K. Dobbins, Bucky Irvin. What do we think about that running back room, guys? Oh, and you're keeping no, never mind.
I mean, you got to love Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Love Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, he does the work of 2.
Ramondre, John Siegerly hated him but loves him at the same time.
Yeah.
He's gonna get the
very
workload.
love 80.
Yeah,
It's,
he's
well,
a
it's,
goal
I
guy.
think it's right, John, because we talked about this. You're just afraid that the Patriots' offense just might not be good. Like
Yeah.
he's good, but the Patriots' offense might be bad.
Yeah.
Right, but he's going to be all
Which
of
is
that
fair.
bad offense.
Their
He'll-
O line
he'll be-
stinks.
Yeah, he'll get a lot of usage.
A lot of dump offs, John.
He'll get a lot of usage. So solid running back core with room for improvement.
Zamir White starting, right? I mean,
Zamir White potentially starting, but maybe not. He has. So here we'll talk about this. DJ Moore, Michael Pittman, George Pickens, Deontay Johnson, Christian Watson, Jermaine Burton. So, Burton is a bench stash in case for an injury. DJ Moore, Pittman, Pickens, Deontay Johnson, Christian Watson are all starting level players. So that could be all his players in his flex. He might not have to start Zamir White.
Right.
I think that's a really good receiver collection.
Yeah.
I think you did a nice job drafting receivers, John. That was good. I wanted Deontay. He's my guy.
that's your boy.
Yeah. But yeah, nice job with the receivers, no doubt.
Yeah, he stacked a Pittman with his keeper.
Right. That's worth mentioning. Anthony Richardson, keeper with Pittman. So that's a nice little stack there. Believing in the Indianapolis
Yeah.
Colts.
Stack sandwich.
Eat it up.
Crab cakes in football.
He took T.J. Hawkinson first in the 9th round, but then followed it up in the 11th with Pat Fryermuth.
The Muth.
So he'll be able to use Fryermuth until Hawkinson gets back on his feet and gets back rolling.
Yep.
It might be a few weeks, but you have that covered with Fryermuth.
Yeah.
So that was a reasonable reason to draft multiple tight ends.
Agreed.
Wouldn't you say?
I would say so.
Yeah.
Because
I think
Hawkinson's going to come back and he's a good tight end.
that's how you do it. That's how it's done.
There
you go.
Trade him for bets.
Um,
And we skipped
Bobby J
Bobby
at the 2.
Johnson. OG Bobby Johnson.
what did I do? Oh, I skipped him.
Bobby at the
Yeah.
2.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
It's all good.
John's from Florida. You did him first.
That's all right.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. Bobby Johnson at 2. Just kidding, guys. I wanted to see if you would notice.
Beer muscles.
Beer muscles with the 2 pick from the 2 slot shook up the world, taking Amon-Ra St. Brown with the 2.
Everyone's on notice.
Jalen Waddle, Ladd McConkey, Tyler Lockett, Jalen Polk, Josh Downs. Talk about, and I don't think anybody would argue that Amon-Ra is a first-round pick and certainly in the first tier of wide receivers. Talk about taking him at 2. What made him above all the others?
I just think, and we talked about this yesterday, I just think everything is set up for that kid to be the best wide receiver in the league this year. And his quarterback is playing 14 of his 17 games under a dome.
The dome, yeah, that's why I went with Cobb.
Yep.
And he's going to get at least 130 targets. mean, he may not get the touchdowns, but he's going to get the yards. He's going to get the catches. He's going to get the targets.
And in a PPR league, he's gonna get like
He's
8
gonna be a
catches a
beast.
game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. I agree. So and I think he's also got that an element of safety to him. You know, where
Yeah.
he's also very safe. You know, like you said, he might not get the touchdown, so the crazy freakish ceiling might not be there, but the floor is incredibly safe and incredibly high.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great pick.
I do like the Downs pick there too at the back at the end.
Yeah, Downs I really like. He's another player I really dig. And Polk, he's got a tremendous amount of upside as well.
He could be the number 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, and it goes back to John's concerns with the potency of the offense, but the number 1 in an offense still has value.
Number 1 in an offense that's gonna be coming from behind.
Yeah, they're gonna have to play. Yeah, you're right. Okay, Johnny, Christian McCaffrey. No, I'm
He
just
did.
kidding.
I was like, wait, I got
I'm
it.
just kidding, I'm just
I didn't know how much.
All right, Isaiah Pacheco, Raheem Mostert, Trey Benson, Rico Dowdle, Marshawn Lloyd. Lloyd was a nice little snag at the end there. So Pacheco, Mostert, Benson, Dowdle, Lloyd. Solid. Thoughts? Anyone?
I like it.
Yeah. What was your motive to pick Pacheco?
I just think I mean, other than Mahomes, he makes that offense go. And Mahomes plays at his best when Pacheco runs the ball 25, 30 times a game for 100 yards.
Yeah, he could be an all-down bell
He
cow.
needs that. He needs that support from the running back, where he doesn't feel like he has to do it all himself. Because that's when Mahomes struggles, is when he tries to put the team on his shoulders, and he's not getting any help. He forces things, and he's much better with a solid running game behind him.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, I agree. And the defense doesn't hurt, you know. So he's got a more balanced team than he's ever had before.
And everybody else on the lineup up after him is light years away, so he's got opportunity 3 down back.
Yeah, definitely. Lamar Jackson. Now your keeper was Brock Purdy. You took Lamar Jackson, and I'll just say that you took Mark Andrews as well. So was the Lamar Jackson pick strictly because Andrews fell into your lap, or were you targeting another stack?
I was targeting another stack. Andrews was a guy that I've been mocking all summer. Guy that I really liked going into the season. I took him I traded for him in our Dynasty League draft.
Sure did. Love doing business with Bobby J.
And Lamar just kind of fell into my lap, and I figure it was an opportunity for a stack. I didn't have to reach for Goff because I knew I probably would have had to take him a round or 2 early to beat Anthony on him. So figured, why not?
Nice. So what's your plan? You're going to carry the 2 quarterbacks, or are you going to wait for potential injury? Like, how
Right
do you
now, I'm
plan
going
to
to
play
keep
that?
both quarterbacks.
Yeah, just hang on to them.
Yeah, I mean,
Interesting.
nobody's really looking to trade for a
No.
quarterback now anyway,
No.
so I might as well hold on to him.
Right on. All right. Cool. So, yeah, there's Bobby J. We already did Johnny. Will's team. Will has CeeDee Lamb, Stephon Diggs, Xavier Worthy, Jordan Addison, Jerry Jeudy, Adam Thielen. Those are and Rashid Shaheed is his keeper. Lamb, Diggs, Worthy, Addison, Jeudy, Thielen, Shaheed. I love CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, getting Lamb at 4 was nice.
There's a question mark after that.
Diggs I don't have as much faith in.
Not at
Me
that
neither.
spot.
Not at the 2. Not at your wide receiver 2.
He gets his numbers, but it just seems like he disappears for weeks at a time. You don't hear nothing from him.
If Xavier, with all the other people on the roster too,
Yeah.
Xavier Worthy, if he stays healthy the whole year, then that's all right.
Yeah, the Worthy pick he's one of those guys who's probably going to be boom or bust. Like he catches a long touchdown and he's great for you that week, or he doesn't catch a long touchdown and he's like he didn't even play that week.
Yeah.
You know, but that seems to work pretty well for the Chiefs. You know, if he can play even a percent of what Tyreek Hill was in that offense, then that could be valuable for fantasy.
Yeah.
But it's just going to be super inconsistent. You're not going to. I mean,
And no one.
you're going to have to leave him in your lineup and just like hope that this week is a good week and not a bad week.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's sort of like Kittle in that way. Kittle's very boomer bust in that way. We'll talk about him in a minute. Actually, let's talk about him right now. He's Will's tight end. He's Will's tight end. So you got Worthy, who's a very boomer bust player, potentially. I think Addison could potentially fall into that category.
Mhm.
You got Kittle that falls into that category. So Will's going to be like putting up, a billion points, or he's
Or
going to be
not.
getting rolled.
Yeah, three.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be interesting to see how it plays out. Derrick Henry, Gus Bus, Jerome Ford, Tyler Algier, Antonio Gibson.
I do like Derrick Henry this year.
I agree. I think he's going to score a lot of touchdowns.
Yeah.
If I haven't
15.
said it before. 15? I think it's going to be more than 15.
That's the
line?
for me. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like it's at least 15.
For you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
think.
It's not like the Vegas.
No, in my line, it's at least 15.
All right. Yeah, I would like at least 15. That would be great. I'd like to see at least 20.
It's possible.
Yeah. After that, I mean, Gus Edwards is
I don't know. I like the
Jerome Ford.
pick.
I mean, yeah, that's a good pick, but it's like
He's going to be a good pick for the first half of the year, and then Nick Chubb's going to come back.
Yeah.
And then at the very least they'll be splitting work.
Yeah.
He's probably Nick Chubb's probably much like Brooks, who we'll talk about later. They're not just going to come back and immediately just get 100% of the running back work.
take
It's
over
not
and,
gonna- it's not
and
gonna
be
happen
elite.
that
It's gonna take a little process.
way. Yeah. So, and then we talked. Oh, his quarterback Jalen Hurts. Great
quarterback.
Yeah, great player.
Didn't stack it.
Second player off the board. Second quarterback off the board rather. He has no stack. It's just a naked Jalen Hurts. So there's that. I mean,
Push so short.
what do you say?
So is Luis.
Drafted him for the push tush.
Yeah. I mean, he scores fantasy points. He puts up numbies. Mike Dahl, Justin Jefferson, Brandon Ayuk, Keenan Allen, Xavier Leggett, Darnell Mooney,
And his keeper is a wide receiver, isn't
and his keeper is
No, it's a
not
tight
wide
end.
receiver. Yeah,
he? That's right. He's another one of those guys.
So Jefferson, Ayuk, Keenan Allen, Leggett, Mooney. I mean, all these guys are going to be on the field running routes. Maybe Keenan Allen not so much because if he only plays the slot. What are your guys' opinions of Justin Jefferson?
Falling there.
What are your guys' opinions of Justin Jefferson
Well,
this season, just in general? He went at the 5 overall, ahead of Jamar Chase, ahead of A.J. Brown. Say what you will.
Say what you will.
What do you think, Danny? What's your opinion on Jefferson this year with
I
Sam
mean,
Darnold as his
I would
quarterback?
have taken him at 8
Okay.
if he was there. I don't know, but I probably wouldn't have taken him with Chase on the board, and I probably wouldn't have taken him with who went 6.
Robinson, Bijan, the mustard guy.
Him it could go either way, but I wouldn't have taken him over.
Yeah, I wouldn't have taken him
Chase.
over Chase.
You
I
wouldn't
like
take him over.
Jefferson.
Yeah,
I like
thought-
the Jefferson.
I
pick.
thought
But
Chase-
I would have probably taken him at 8 if he was there.
Okay. Yeah, at 8. That's a
Yeah.
tremendous.
I had him
value.
in my top 8 players,
Yeah, that's
but
crazy.
I had him at like 7 or 8, probably not 5.
Right on. Fair enough. John, you think it was a good pick?
Yeah, I like it. I like Justin Jefferson. He's the best
Yeah.
wide receiver in football.
So even with Sam Darnold, you
Yep.
think he's going to put up his
Yep.
numbers?
I mean, he was good last year going with
Jaron
yeah.
Hall,
With Jaron,
Mullins.
Josh Dobbs, Nick Mullins.
He was like a number 3, 4
Yeah,
wide
so
receiver.
I think he'll be
fantasy
fine.
last
He
4
was
years,
awesome.
4
Yeah.
weeks, yeah.
so give me that.
Coming back from injury.
He was
Give him
awesome.
a recent,
He's a
an
freak.
old number 1 or a top first round pick quarterback from back in the
And
day.
Sammy Boy's look
Sam.
comfortable there. He actually has
Yeah.
tools, and like
Kevin
we talked
O'Connell.
about, great coaching.
Kevin O'Connell.
He's gonna, yeah.
Yep.
And if not now, when?
Mm-hmm.
Right. If not now, never.
Right.
Straight up. If Sam Darnold can't get it done
Yeah,
in
with
this
that and
offense,
Jordan
just make
Addison.
the offense go. That's all you have to do. You don't have to be a superstar. Just make the
Justin
offense
Jefferson,
go.
Jordan Addison, and then T.J. Hawkinson as a
Aaron
tight end when he
Jones.
comes back.
Yeah, exactly. That's a lot of weapons.
Aaron Jones, yeah, that's right.
You know,
yeah.
people Rashad White, James Conner, Zach Moss, Austin Eckler, Tajay Spears, and that's it. Okay, White, Conner, Moss, Eckler, Spears.
That's the way to do it if you're gonna go the running, like, you know.
Well, you see that to me is like a zero RB team, but he didn't necessarily do that because he got White and Connor in the 3rd and 5th round, so he doesn't even have like overpowering.
And not only
receivers.
that, he drafted his 4th wide receiver, his 4th running back before his 4th wide receiver.
And his 5th and his.
Well, he kept
his
Rashid.
5th.
Oh yeah, he drafted his 5th.
Right, he kept
Running
Rashid
back,
Shaheed,
so
which
yeah, it
is
really
fine,
isn't.
but you still want to try and beef up that position. I feel like this was. It looked like it was about to be a zero RB team,
And then
but
turn into a bunch of RBs.
turned into a bunch of RBs, right? Yeah, and I think that he's a little light at running back. To be frank, he's a little light.
Not
But
in the depth
White
department.
and Connor actually they're probably both RB2s at least.
Oh no, the stars.
No.
I mean, those two are fine.
That's not bad. And then after that, like Zach
And
Moss.
the depth is fine.
Yeah, Eckler,
But it's
I don't
that-
have a lot of faith in. No.
Tajay Spears is
I
gonna get
agree.
catches.
I think Brian Robinson is going to be the number one out there in the backfield.
Yes. Yep. Burrow, he got Joe Burrow, and
And-
then later he got Caleb Williams.
Maybe as a keeper.
Keeper was.
No, I'm saying.
Oh,
maybe-
to be
maybe-
kept.
maybe.
Yes, because he didn't want to keep Evan Ingram again, because Evan Ingram isn't the
Or
best
back,
keeper.
so
In the
that
best-
happens to your start. You know,
True. That's true. But yeah, definitely
Bo Nix was
keepable.
taken. And,
Bo Nix went before Caleb Williams. We'll mention that.
and to be fair, Jake Daniels.
And Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. Yeah, so 2 quarterbacks and then tight ends. He kept Ingram and drafted.
Kept Ingram, drafted Musgrave. So, yeah, Burrow, Caleb Williams. He's just going to be starting Burrow. He's not going to be starting. Oh yeah, well he has a Williams Keenan Allen stack, so that's fun. That could be good. If Allen turns out to not be washed and fat and slow, then Caleb Williams could end up being a fun play. Bye-week replacement. Special matchups and stuff like that. So yeah, there you go.
Taylor.
Matt Taylor took the Bijan Robinson in the 1st round. Alvin Kamara, Aaron Jones,
Achan.
and
Achan
Ray
is his
Davis.
keeper.
Yes, Ray Davis and Devon Achan. Robinson, Achan, Kamara, Jones, Davis. Robinson, Achan is beastly.
Yeah,
That's really, really good.
yeah.
I mean, Kamara and Jones is good too.
Kamara and Jones are solid. Yeah, they're both going to get solid workloads. They'll be big part of their offense.
He's a trade target of mine.
Yeah, he's got nice running backs. However, Mike Evans, DK Metcalf, Cortland Sutton, Romeo Doubs, Roman Wilson, Wan'Dale Robinson. I wouldn't say he has certainly doesn't have one of the elites. I think he's got a decent stable of receivers.
like
I
that.
like Evans and Metcalf.
Evans Metcalf is nice.
I like Dobbs.
Sutton makes me nervous with that, with the rookie quarterback
Yeah.
and all the stuff that's going on in Denver. Dobbs I actually love, and he sniped him from me.
Yeah.
Roman Wilson injured, don't really know what to expect from him. But what I do know is that I don't have a lot of faith in the Steelers' passing offense as a whole. So there you go on that. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, took a shot at my team. I have 2 Pittsburgh Steelers on my offense.
I guess we'll talk about that one. Oh wait, we already did, didn't we?
Yeah, we already talked about your team. You were asleep, man.
Pickens. Yeah. Pickens and Fryermuth, yeah. Okay, let's see. Evans, Metcalf, Sutton, Dobbs, Wilson, and then he has Brock Bowers as his tight end.
Yep.
Brock Bowers. What do you think? What do you guys think about Brock Bowers? Where do you land on? Is he going to be good this year, or is he going to be, disappointing? Because that's his
think-
only tight end. And he took him in the 6th round.
I think because of the situation, it's probably not great.
Yeah.
I probably would have had it back up in that situation.
Yeah, that's a guy that should have drafted 2 tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have taken him over Ferguson or Njoku.
Agreed.
Yes.
Agreed. I know their ADP had them all in a little cluster,
Yeah.
but I totally had it Ferguson.
Oh yeah,
Joker.
no, I would have had either one of them ahead of Bowers because they're safer.
Yeah, they're going to get their
Fergalicious.
weekly targets. You know, Ferguson is, for all intents and purposes, the de
The number
facto
two.
number two in that offense, right?
100%.
And in the red zone, he looks to him quite a
It's
bit.
him and Lamb. It's
Yeah.
Lamb to get to the red zone, and then once you get there, Ferguson's the only other guy who gets hugs.
I believe. Well, we'll get to my team in a second.
Justin Herbert, Bo Nix.
Justin Herbert, Bo Nix. Thank you. Herbert Nix. He's got a rookie in what could be a relatively pass-heavy offense, and he's got an established stud in what should be a very run-heavy offense.
Yeah,
No stack.
Will Herbert give enough fantasy production to be an every week starter? No. John,
I agree.
you agree? No.
Yeah, I agree.
Bobby,
I don't know, man. I don't know if you just take the ball out of his hands. Like, I mean,
You shouldn't.
I think you got to let the guy throw the ball. I mean, I agree they're going to run more with Harbaugh there, but you just can't discount the pass completely. I mean, like that's
I just don't
eventually
think.
you got to throw the ball.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they don't throw more than 20 times. It's like that's just a
Yeah, the-
Greg Roman offense.
historically he's been one of the lowest passing volume offenses in his tenure as a play caller.
And then you have a quarterback that could throw 5,000 yards.
Yeah, he's got the ability to do
Yeah.
that, but that's not how they're building their team. That's not what they're going to try to do. But I think that there's a chance with Harbaugh there they may be a little more balanced. But I guess there's only one way to find out. Let's see. Herbert, what do you guys think of Bo Nix? He looked good in the preseason. He went to college for like an extra year or something like that. He's a little older as a rookie. He kind of had to start right away if he was going to be successful in the NFL. He couldn't really afford to sit on the bench for too long. Was very good at Oregon, and the offense that he's been plopped into might be like the best possible fit for him, and he for it. John, you're our
Yeah,
college guy. What do you think about Bo Nix?
Bo Nix?
What can we think
I
we'll
think
expect?
I think he'll have fantasy value for a Javonte Williams and a Cortland Sutton.
So he'll be able to support
Yeah.
fantasy options, but he
Yes.
himself will not be a fantasy option.
No.
Got it. You can go pee.
I like him, especially in like dynasty formats and stuff, but I wouldn't have taken him in the redraft, and I definitely would have taken him before Caleb Williams.
Yes, good point. He got selected the round before Caleb Williams got selected,
I'm Jaden Daniels.
and Jaden Daniels, and Jared Goff. So Taylor really believes in Bo Nix, apparently.
Like Bo Nix, hate the pick.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I got Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams, Malik Neighbors, Jamison Williams, Curtis Samuel, Dontavian Wicks.
Jamar Chase with the 7th pick.
7th pick overall, I got Jamar Chase. That was a shocker to me. I was
Yeah.
kind of in shock when it happened. I was like, is this real? What's happening right now? I had to like double take the screen and like just make sure that something didn't go wrong. I looked at all the other picks. I'm like, okay, this guy. What the fuck is happening right now? So, but
I
Jamar
thought it was
Chase-
going to be Jefferson.
I thought I would end up Jefferson falling to me, but if I told you if that happened, I would have taken AJ Brown, and you would have had to make that decision. But
Would
anyway,
you have taken Jefferson over Hall?
Yeah.
Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams, Malik Neighbors, I feel really happy with as a top 3 receiver core.
Yeah.
I do think that Adams is going to get his numbers. Gardner Minshew supported. People are excited, to a certain degree about Michael Pittman coming out of last season. They were like, wow, Michael Pittman finally put up a wide receiver 1 season, the whole 9 yards. That was with Gardner Minshew as his quarterback for most of the time.
Yeah.
Right? So I think Devontae Adams is going to get his targets. He'll get numbers. So I'm comfortable with him as my 2nd wide receiver. I'm very comfortable with Malik Neighbors as my 3rd wide receiver.
Yep, me too.
The rest of my receivers, though, I'm not like super comfortable with at all. Williams, I think, has potential, but haven't seen literally anything.
That's a high risk, high reward.
Very much, yes, very much. Like if he hits, he could be, every week Right.
3 points.
He's
in
going to be
league.
on the field. He's going to run every route. If he gets,
Opportunities there.
yeah, so we'll see what happens with that.
As a 4, that's huge if he turns out good.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's a flex. He's my first flex, and hopefully he pays off. We'll see. I don't have a lot of confidence in it though. Curtis Samuel, he's just a Buffalo Bill.
Stack sandwich.
I think that there's gonna be like tons of packages for Curtis Samuel. They're gonna
Hey,
scheme him the ball.
He
He
gets-
to throw to somebody.
He gets his. He was getting the work in Washington.
Yeah. Wicks, just a piece of the Green Bay offense. I don't think he's going to have much value, at least early in the season, but if somebody gets hurt, he steps right in there. Ken Walker, Najee Harris. I got the Kyron Williams, Blake Corum handcuff. I got Jaleel McLaughlin, and I picked up Tyrone Tracy.
I like Tracy.
Yeah, Tracy's the backup, but he's one of those guys where I was like, I wanted to try to get a guy who at least had a shot at the starting job, and I feel like there's a potential that like of the starting quarterbacks in the NFL, Devin Singletary would be one of the more likely to be overtaken by a backup. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He doesn't have, he's not like some star who's got a stranglehold on the job. If Tracy's playing well, he could earn some play.
Or at least turn it into
Or
a
if he
workload
gets
share.
injured, this guy is the clear cut number 2 back. But anyway, he's also very cuttable. So if there's somebody who goes off in week 1 and want to try to pick up a waiver pick, Tyrone Tracy.
Yes.
Josh Allen, I was stunned that he was there in the 5th round. It was another one where I wasn't really sure what to do in that scenario. I was kind of staring at the screen for a while. It took me a long time to make that pick because I just didn't know. I was just like, what could happen? Like if I pass on Josh Allen, like what could happen here? How late could the quarterbacks actually go? But I went with Josh Allen. I don't think I've ever owned. No, I know I've never owned him before. So hopefully I get a decent experience. Now we talked about it. I think on the ride up. I think maybe or maybe before that. I think Josh Allen could be in line for a bit of a down year statistically. So I'm not quite as excited to be like, yes, I fucking got Josh Allen. I'm very scared that Josh Allen doesn't have a Josh Allen year this year, and he just is like mid. That would really blow, and I think it's very much in the range of outcomes. I'm nervous. Jake Ferguson, number 2 receiver on the fucking Cowboys, gonna catch some touchdowns. Solid tight end, not a wow tight end. It's no Luis's team, but but I have my tight end who I think is gonna get points every week for me, and that's it, right? Oh, Kyron Williams was just, by the way, announced before the draft, like right before the draft, that he was gonna be the punt returner for the Rams, which is a great sign for your number 1 running back. And so I was considering, instead of Adams, I was considering picking Pacheco there. So that's a nice pick out of Bobby. But I just said, fuck it. And then I was just like, I just hope to God I can get Ken Walker in the 4th round. And thankfully I did. Like my world would have fallen apart if I didn't get Ken Walker in the 4th round. I put everything on that. I was just like, fuck it. Let's play this game.
YOLO.
Yeah, exactly. Danny, Brees Hall, Jonathan Taylor, excellent 1-2 punch. Chuba Hubbard, Jalen Wright. So you have a very short bench of very small collection of running backs. You got 2 starters who are studs.
Yeah.
Am I missing anybody? No.
No. And
2
then
starters who are studs.
he's
Hubbard's
gonna
gonna
play.
be he's gonna be valuable.
He's a safety net.
Right. For the
Right,
first half of the season at
outside
least.
guy.
Sure.
And then first waiver wire that goes to running back. That's
There you
that'll
go.
be the 5th. But when I went to draft capital and went into the top 2 running backs, I had to pivot and go elsewhere for a while.
That's fair.
So there wasn't, you know what I mean? That's the you don't want to draft Hall and Taylor first and second round and end up with 6 running backs.
No, you don't.
Agreed. Yeah, you have to
Maybe
balance
5.
it out.
Yeah.
And who you balanced it out with was Devontae Smith, Amari Cooper, Tank Dell, Roma Dunze, right in a row, and then Hollywood Brown and Jahan Dotson. So you got the 2 Philly receivers. You got Amari Cooper, who John loves. Tank Dell, who I think everybody really likes.
Yeah.
Roma Odunze, who's a gamble on a rookie, but he looked beastly in the preseason.
Yeah, they look real good, him and Caleb.
And then Dotson, potential upside, but you
Yeah,
you
and if
said,
Smith
he's
gets hurt,
potential
he
cut.
becomes,
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
Brown
true.
gets, and he's
Why
after
don't you fucking
him.
say Brown's name?
After Dodson, it's like they don't have like it's him, and then he's way better than anyone else. You
Don't
know,
put some respect on Johnny Wilson's name. I'm just kidding.
he's like take the respect off.
Right. You just keep the respect. Save it. Hang on to it. But yeah, it's another one of those receiver cores where it's like there's no clear cut elite alpha receiver, but the whole group of them as a whole, they're all very good and they're all going to put up points.
Right. Yeah, and going with the running back, the first round, I wasn't going to get the stud receiver, so
No.
I was
But
like,
yeah.
I better go. A lot
Get a
of
good
guys
group.
that are gonna.
But you got 2 stud running backs.
Yeah, and a lot of depth there. Like Brown for wide receiver 5, I feel like has some upside there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not as big a believer in Hollywood Brown as I am in like a Rasheed Rice.
Oh
Or,
no, me neither.
you
But
know.
that's baked into where they got drafted.
True.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, give me that. Very true. David Njoku and Cole Kmet as tight ends. Is the Kmet pick just to be insurance in case the Browns' offense looks like doo doo?
Yeah, and because
Brown and
there wasn't much
Command
out
and
there, and he's been banged up a little in the preseason. Even though I think he's kind of fine now.
But he's also got Cooper and Njoku, and no
It's two
Watson.
guys. Now the only good thing about that is they literally only throw to those 2 guys. So they don't have to throw a lot to support
Yeah,
them when
no
they don't
stack,
ever
yeah.
throw anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's very constant. When they're doing good, it's run the ball and throw to those 2 guys. And like I said, we were talking about it like a month ago. I probably prefer Cooper. I probably prefer Cooper to Diggs for this year. Look at where they went.
I agree about that.
He's still the clear alpha 1 on that team, and he's really good.
Yeah, I like him.
I was lucky to get him there. And then, more young guys with upside. He's more the safe, non-flashy guy.
You're flashy.
Dak Prescott and,
Yeah, he was
and
just there.
Jordan Love. So explain yourself.
Yeah, so I had Jordan Love, and then we were in with the whatever round I took Dak Prescott, and there wasn't much on the board. I'm like, the guy was number 3 quarterback last year. And he's going to probably throw a ridiculous amount of yards and touchdowns because they're not going to run the ball very well. So I didn't want my team to be tanked if Love got hurt. So
Fair. Anthony, who's still signed in. Oh, you're the one whose computer we're using. I forgot.
Yeah, come on, man.
AJ Brown, Chris Olave, Cooper Kupp, Terry McLaurin, Jaden Reed, Brian Thomas, Troy Franklin. It's a bunch of receivers, whole lot of them, but a very good group, I think. AJ Brown, awesome. Chris Olave, awesome. Cooper Kupp, obviously a huge injury risk and a big question mark, but if he pays off, he can pay off enormously.
something there.
Yeah.
Puka being a little banged up too.
McLaurin is, the number 1 on his team, and they literally don't have anybody else right now. Jaden Reed, another guy who's got a tremendous amount of upside. We don't really know what's going to happen with him, but he's got, a tremendous amount of upside. And then Brian Thomas, same thing, tremendous amount of upside. He's one of your guys.
My jellies.
Yeah.
But
Because Ridley got sniped right before it.
overall, very good wide receiver group. Very good. Right, John?
Yep, I think so.
Do you have any negative things to say about my receivers, John?
No.
Okay.
No, he was actually just telling me how good they were.
Joe Mixon, Devin Singletary, Chase Brown, Zeke, Kamani Vidal. John, what do you think of those running backs?
I think they're pretty good.
No,
Running
they
back,
definitely
not-
know you were sleeping.
It's not the strength of the team.
No.
No, it's not the strength of your team, but I think it's just decent.
Yeah, like Mixon should be a back end RB1 just based on the offense that he's in. Like we talked about
it's
it.
after
because
Mixon that
you were choosing between Mixon and Ken Walker there, and I was praying you chose Mixon, which thankfully you did. Mixon's in a great offense. He's going to get a ton of work, passing work, everything, goal line. So I think he's got a chance to, be a back end RB1. But I also don't know if they're going to lean on him enough where he's, RB1, 2, 3, 4 style.
No,
Back end RB1, but still pretty good. However, Brown's got tremendous upside. Singletary, we'll see. See how that goes.
I mean, grabbing a piece of the Cowboys' running game isn't bad either. Figure out.
Yeah. Zeke, Zeke is a gamble. It's a gamble whether he has anything left. Like I would have gone Dowdle instead of Zeke if I had to choose one of the Cowboys running backs. Bobby J, your response?
I think Elliott is going to get the work to start, but I don't think he's going to get a lot of goal line work. I mean, I think he's going to carry the ball, but I think Dowdle is the guy that's going to be scoring the touchdowns there.
Interesting. Yeah, I think as the season wears on, there's a good chance that Dowdle starts to take on more and more work because he's just like fresher and his body isn't so worn down. But we'll see. We'll see. Where are we here?
And they got him in the keeper rounds.
Yeah. Goff and Laporta are your onesies. So that was essentially Goff was your target coming into the draft.
Kyler Murray was the one I wanted more.
Okay.
I think he's a standalone guy you don't have to necessarily stack with.
Okay.
And then it was Goff was the number 2, and then when I got Thomas, I was like, I could also do Trevor Lawrence, so I just kept waiting and see. And then Goff was still there, so I'd rather Goff because the offense is going to score more points.
Got it.
He's going to do even if it's Gibbs. A lot of those Gibbs are going to be pass offs too. So
Eddie, Jahmyr Gibbs, speaking of Gibbs, Travis Etienne, Nick Chubb, Tank Bigsby. Now this is a head scratcher.
I mean, amazing 1-2 punch. It's a nice 1-2 punch.
Yeah, the 1-2 is incredible.
It's the second best in the league.
To Brees and Taylor.
Yeah, Brees and Taylor's number 1.
Yeah.
Well, you got Achane.
Well,
got
Robinson and
Bijan,
Achane,
too.
that's number 3
Ooh,
probably.
yeah.
It's definitely in the conversation. Either way, Gibbs, Etienne, but then you got Chubb and Bigsby. So he handcuffed Etienne, which I get it. Chubb is the pick that I don't get. I don't know. He's just not going to play. We don't have an IR spot in our league, so I'm surprised that he went as high as he did, 9th round. That's a little
And you got to carry him for 4 weeks.
at minimum.
He should have went.
Yeah.
He,
Minimum.
he should have went Chase Brown or Chuba Hubbard there,
Chuba.
or
Chase Brown
or even
sure.
or even
Yeah.
Ford.
Well,
At that matter.
Chuba is the opposite of Chubb. In a sense, like Chuba is Jerome Ford, where they're going to be super valuable at the beginning of the season, but eventually their workload will diminish.
But then you can drop him rather than the opposite, where you're stuck holding him while he has no value.
That's true.
At least when they're not performing, they won't be taking up a roster spot.
At that point, right?
Yeah.
So that's the upside of that. So I think that behind these 2 running backs he's got some problems there. But his receivers, Rashee Rice, Chris Godwin, Calvin Ridley, Keon Coleman, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Adonai Mitchell, Ricky Pearsall, Pop Douglas. That's a lot of receivers also. Another one where it's like maybe no alpha true one guy, but a bunch of pretty good receivers.
Mm-hmm.
No?
Agree.
Yeah, pretty solid. Then there's quite a lot of them. Like the Pearsall and Douglas, they're like, whatever. But Rice, Godwin, Ridley, Coleman, JSN, that's 3 receivers and 2 flexes right there that should score some points. Coleman is obviously a huge question mark. He hasn't done anything in the league yet. And Smith and Jigba is a player I love, but he's also a big question mark in terms of how much work he's going to get, how many stats he's actually going to
How
put
much
up.
Lockett still has in the tank?
Yeah. And Bobby J picked Lockett, right?
I did.
So, I mean, he's obviously one person who's thinking that Lockett still has something left. Although you got him at a good point. It's not like you picked him early, but still, JSN, Coleman are question marks. We've talked about the Titans thing, Ridley, and Johnny. What?
Okay.
What?
What happened?
What? Anyway. He kept Tua, and his tight end is Trey McBride.
Hawk too.
I like it.
Yeah, so Trey McBride, good tight end. He's got a chance to be tight end 1. And 2, Tua. Tua's a player you don't get excited about, but for fantasy football, he's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't get any stack though, so that kind of stinks. Stacks are fun. Gotham Rogues: Marvin Harrison, Zay Flowers, Christian Kirk, Jacoby Myers, Marvin Mims, and Garrett Wilson. So it's Harrison, Garrett Wilson. Now that looks a little better.
Right. Yeah.
Zay Flowers, Christian Kirk, Jacoby Myers, Marvin Mims. So Harrison is nice. It's good. It's not like huge. It's not awesome. You know what I mean? It's
Flowers.
It's good.
Flowers.
It's
Flowers.
good.
I like. I think he'll take a step up than last year.
Flowers, I think he's a fine player for real football, but I don't know if he's got like tremendous fantasy
That's
value.
my second best wide receiver.
Third.
Or third.
He's got
Yeah,
Wilson and
yeah,
Harrison.
yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, I think people. I read a really interesting stat, and I selected Neighbors, but I got him in the third round. Puka Nacua broke like every rookie record last year, and finished as the wide receiver 8. He's being drafted at like the wide receiver 7 or whatever at the end of the first round or whatever. But my point is like, or no, I'm sorry, Harrison is being drafted at wide receiver 7.
Right near. Yeah.
And Puka broke all those records to get to that point.
Right. And
So you're drafting these guys that you expect them to break the rookie records, which is not realistic or reasonable. You know?
Yeah. No. Not when the first pick.
Yeah. Not in the first round. Maybe not even in the third round. To be honest, I'll find out. You know, we'll see with Neighbors as well.
The 2
But-
highest wide receivers to be drafted. Yeah.
2 highest rookies to be drafted ever. Yep. Where are we here? Saquon So I think that he's got, he's another one with 2 really good receivers. Who else do we talk about? 2 really good receivers, and then a lot of guys who are just like maybes. Not even a lot of guys, just a handful of guys. Saquon Barkley, James Cook, Javonte Williams. He's the one who got Jonathan Brooks, who's out for the first 4 games minimum. Khalil Herbert. So he's got Barkley, Cook, and Williams. Barkley and Cook, I think, are good.
Yeah.
Williams is a question mark because we don't know how the Denver backfield is going to shake out. I like the player.
Agreed.
I like the player. I just don't know how that's going to all shake
Yeah,
out.
that's why I said that one.
And then Brooks, I like the player. I don't love the situation for redraft. So much so that he was more or less off my board because I'm not waiting all that time for a guy to then potentially be in a timeshare on a bad team.
Especially now where he's getting drafted.
Right, exactly. Like in the, not to say that I used my 8th round pick for a handcuff, which is a totally different story, but not in the 8th round. I'm not drafting that guy in the 8th round who I can't play for how many weeks, and then when he does play, how much is he going to play? Forget about it. However, I'm surprised that whomever didn't attempt to pair. Maybe he would have paired Hubbard with Brooks if
He probably
I'd
would
gotten
have.
back
I
with him.
snapped him. I figured he would have been gone. Rose would have picked him. That's why I took him where I did.
Okay, yeah. See, maybe that was his intent. That makes it a little bit better, I think. Mahomes and Jaden Daniels. That's curious.
Yeah.
Just because the 2 quarterback thing is just a little curious.
Like I thought it was keeper, but I think Garrett Wilson's got another year. He said.
Garrett Wilson does, I think, have 1 more year. But hey, if Jaden Daniels really pops off, then maybe it changes the conversation. It's nice to have more rather than less. The only thing is, like, these are guys you got to carry the whole year.
Right.
In order for that to happen, for you to
That's
draft
not
a
even a
guy,
guy you're really gonna
like, I'm
start.
just drafting him to be my keeper. Like Caleb Williams and Joe Burrow. Like if Caleb Williams sits on the or Bo Nix and Herbert, if they sit on the bench the entire time, then like what are we talking about here? Either way, if that's it's
Go with what you feel.
it's in the rules. You could do it. Dalton Schultz at tight end. That would probably be among the weaker tight end rooms in the league, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot of mouths on that offense there.
Yeah, you don't know what you're going to get from week to week. I think that's could be.
And he doesn't have as many as Luis's team.
Well, that's true too. You need at least 2 or 3 to really be set at the position. Understandable. You're right. Jay, Drake London, Nico Collins, T. Higgins, Khalil Shakir, Josh
Palmer.
Sorry. Gabe Davis, Tyler Boyd,
Puka
and Puka
Nacua.
Nacua. So it's Puka, Drake London, Nico Collins, T. Higgins. That's really 4 really good receivers. Khalil Shakir, who's got some upside. Palmer, Gabe Davis, Tyler Boyd. So top 4 is really, really solid, I think. You know, Puka following up his rookie season. I think there's a probability that he kind of falls off a little bit from those insane numbers he put up last year, but he could still fall off from those numbers and have a really good season. And then Drake London could have a true breakout season this year. Nico Collins could continue. Yeah, really good receiver core.
He stacked Nico.
And he did stack Nico Collins with C.J. Stroud. Good point. He got Travis Kelce as his tight end, who's still the best in the game. Good? He's the best in the game until proven otherwise. David Montgomery, Jalen Warren, Brian Robinson, Ty Chandler. So we got 4 guys. Nobody who's a stud, but dudes who should put up points. Like Montgomery and Robinson, should definitely give him weekly stability at the position.
Warren's good in a
Warren's
run-heavy
good.
offense.
Once he gets healthy, I think he and Harris will both have some value. And Chandler is a big question mark, but he's also playing behind a guy who's notorious for getting injured. Right. So it's a thin running back group, but a solid one. Nothing spectacular, just solid. But his receivers sort of make up for that.
Right.
The receivers are much stronger. Kelce, Stroud, and that's it, boys. That's the draft. That's the breakdown. Is there any team that stuck with you that you were like, damn, that's actually a really good team now that we broke it down?
Not really any different from the teams that I thought we were going in.
Such as?
Not Luis.
Okay, so not Luis. Got it.
The usual suspects.
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
I like my receivers.
Yeah, you got nice receivers. Nicely done. Nicely done on those. You could be looking for a little bit of running back help as the season goes on.
It does. I think Singletary will hold enough, and I think Chase Brown to win over. And
Yeah, that would be huge for you. That would be huge.
Yeah, especially if it happens around the same time. You just get from. I mean,
Yeah,
you
they
really
just kinda like,
need 2 week to week.
I just changed
Yeah.
the positions and just swapped them out.
Yeah.
Chase Brown.
Yeah, just kind of do.
Because I do think
like,
Joe
like
Mixon.
Indiana Jones.
Joe Mixon, that hit good offensive line in front of him. They're gonna move the ball, and then if they get in the red zone, hopefully, give me some TDs. He's finished in the top 10 in the past all of his years.
No, he's actually really good. He doesn't get the credit he deserves. So that's gonna do it for the Always Sunday Football League Draft Special. Hope you enjoyed the breakdown as much as we enjoyed giving it to you.
Ooh, we give it to you.
Good luck this season, except when you're playing against me. Thank you, guys. Thanks, John, once more for coming into town. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bobby, for coming up. Thanks,
Sure.
Danny, for coming up. Thanks, Anthony, for hosting. And we will see you in, I think it's 2 weeks,
2 weeks.
basically,
Yeah.
like
It'll be
10
2
days, 2 weeks, something like that, where it's always Sunday.
I'm super hard for it. Can't wait. Play you, Dave.
There's a Friday night